Hi, welcome to Pandora's Tarot. This is a reading for the sign of Taurus for the month of December 2015. Please remember to check your rising sign and your moon sign because that will allow you to understand a little bit better the energies that you will be dealing with. But let's look at this reading right here, Taurus. You have in the challenge position the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is a card that represents worries. The thing about the Nine of Swords is that sometimes the worries are, they're not physical. They're not actually real. They're more in your head than anything else because the swords is the air element, and that is related to all the mental things. Usually with this card, what comes up is that, yes, maybe there is something to worry about in your life, but perhaps you're making it bigger than it actually is. Regardless of that, Taurus, this is something you have been worrying about in the previous months as well. Okay, this is not something that starts in November. What happens in December? What happens in December is that you will be finally addressing the situation, and this is because someone in the air signs, so let's say a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius, comes in to give you a hand, and it can be a bit of a rough hand because these people tend to be rather, rough with what they say. They do speak their truth, they, excuse me, they're very honest, but they don't have a lot of social manners, or they're not very good in that aspect. They simply value truth, okay, above any kind of social status quo or social, thing that tells you, oh, you can't be that honest. This person will tell you the truth that you need to hear about this situation, okay? And it might be a bit hard, but here's the thing. They will allow you to break out of this situation that has become really it has become old and dated for you. You need to break out of it because the Tower card came up with the Queen of Swords, and the Tower card represents all structures falling apart. Okay, this is something that it hits you like a lightning, like we can see here. So it is abrupt, and it's an abrupt change, but it's a necessary change. It can also represent, for those of you who perhaps have been feeling that someone has been lying to you, well, then someone, you hear from a very honest person the actual truth, because the Tower can represent the truth being revealed, things that they fall apart and they show you what they actually are. Regardless of this, how they actually present for each and every one of you, since this is a general reading, you will be able to break out of a situation that has become old for you. Okay, it does no longer serve you, and it will allow you to come full circle and close a cycle of your life, because you have in the help that you're going to receive, the World card, and the World card talks about that. It's coming full circle. The World is the last card in the major arcana, in the road of the Fool, so this truth that comes out, this person that speaks up, will allow you to end a cycle of your life. And these two cards, they go hand in hand in that regard. Now, in the position of the things you cannot change, you have the Temperance card, which is a great card to have in that situation, because Temperance talks about being balanced, not being swayed in every single direction the wind blows. So this means, Taurus, that even though this situation or this truth that you will be hearing is shattering, or is it's difficult to absorb, you will have the capacity to be grounded, because it does feel like at first what this person tells you is you're going to be like, no, that is not possible. But then, maybe you take a step back and you go like, oh, well, maybe I should take into consideration what this person is saying, or maybe they're not lying. Maybe it is possible, and you will have, despite this being worried, you will have the capacity to even look at both sides, be in balance. By the end of the month of December, Taurus, you have the Four of Coins. The coins is your element, is the element of earth. So for those of you who this worry has been about money, what the tarot is saying is that despite this this abrupt change, by the end of December you will have just about enough resources. Okay, you won't be incredibly wealthy, but you won't be needing to, I don't know, ask for money. What the tarot is also advising is that you keep it, to conserve it, to not try to spend as little as possible, especially with the end of the year, with all the the holidays and all of that, and the gifts for Christmas. Well, try to be as conservative as possible, and it won't be difficult because it is part of who you are as a sign. But another thing that the tarot is saying is that this could be related to, for example, those of you who have been contemplating for quite some time to file for divorce. It might be the month you finally talk to a lawyer, or someone who tells you, what, this just can't go on, you need to get a divorce. And perhaps you are concerned about your income, your source of money, your maybe you haven't been able to file for divorce before because you were afraid of how you will be in terms of money wise if you divorce. Well, talk to this person. This is someone who won't lie to you. So if she or he says no, you will be good, then go ahead and do it. Okay, it's not someone who will sugarcoat the reality, so you, I don't know, go ahead and take their word, or just because they're afraid of you or anything like that, or just to if it's a lawyer, it's not someone who will paint everything pretty, so you'll hire them. They will tell you the things how they are, and it will be helpful. Okay, even if at first feels a little bit destructive. So I hope this is helpful, Taurus. I want to thank everyone who watches and likes and comments my videos, and I guess I'll be seeing you next year. Have a great holiday. Take care.